food, because that's, I mean, we all know what the word comfort food means, and that's how we comfort ourselves. And so one of the things we wanted to do this year was to look at other things that you could substitute for food in order to help you de-stress and relax, and especially at those times when you're kind of fighting those urges, or when you're going through something in your life that's very stressful. And so one of the things that has been used for centuries around the world and is becoming more incorporated, I think, in the United States, is meditation. And a lot of people use it in place of prayer, but it's a great way to de-stress and relax and help you cope. It is something you have to practice. It is something you want to practice on a regular basis, but I brought an expert today to teach you how to meditate, and she's going to talk to you about a number of different things that you can do to help de-stress. This is Rosie Dominguez. She's on the board at my church, and she has worked in very high-stress jobs, and I think that's what brought her to this practice. And so I'm going to turn it over to Rosie and let her teach you how to meditate. So I hope we're all very relaxed when we leave here.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. As she said, I am Rosie Dominguez. I'm really, really happy to be here this evening, and just kind of want to share my background and kind of what's happened a little bit in my life and kind of where I am today. And then obviously we're going to talk about meditation and the benefits of that, and EFT as well. If you didn't get one of the handouts, we do have some more, and we'll talk a little bit about that as well. So it was the end of the summer, or mid-summer of 2009, and that was the year that my mom was diagnosed with cancer. And she lived in Florida, and I was here in Kansas, and I went back and forth to Florida multiple times to be with her. And when she was diagnosed, and I was actually there when she was diagnosed because she had become very ill, and I went to go visit her. Her doctor was very, very unique. Her doctor said, "Okay, so Mrs. Garcia, half the battle here is us, the scientific part, figuring out the right chemotherapy, figuring out the right medical treatment for you. And the other half of this is you claiming your power, you knowing like the back of your hand that you are whole and well, you remaining positive, seeing the beauty in everything." And his entire practice, wherever, he just had lots of different posters and pictures, very inspirational, very beautiful. And Mom was a positive woman, and so she shed tears when she was diagnosed, and then wiped those off in her cute Spanish accent, would walk around saying, "I'm a spring chicken, I'm a spring chicken." She just, and this was the very beginning of August, and as I said, I kept going back and forth, and basically from August to the end of that year, it was incredible. I saw my mom shed layers of personality, let's just call it maybe that just didn't serve her anymore. She remained so positive. She saw beauty, and she did see beauty and everything, but she just took it a step further and literally just shed layers that did not serve her anymore. Her doctor was thrilled. With every PET scan, it was decreasing big time. He was thrilled. And so Mom didn't know what forgiveness meant. And forgiveness is a whole other topic, but Mom thought, bless her heart, Mom just thought forgiveness meant, oh, it's okay, what you did is okay. And that was it. and didn't really realize what it was. I at that time did not either. And there were two people that she wanted to forgive, and it was November. One came very easy, and the other did not. She thought she was ready. She had asked her brother to fly into Florida and spend Thanksgiving weekend with her. I did not fly in, that way he would have that room. And when he walked in the door, it was nothing like forgiveness. A lot of anger, resentment, still the bitterness. She didn't even know where to begin. And when I spoke to my mom that day, and I talked to Mom every day on the phone, even before she got sick, we were really, really close, everything had changed. The energy, her voice, that happiness, that power, her power, everything had just shifted. And I knew. I told my husband when I got off the phone, I said, I know my mom's gonna die. And he said, why on earth would you say that? And I said, you don't understand. I said, there's such a shift there. There's such a change. And that was Thanksgiving weekend, and by the very beginning of January when I was back again, it did indeed had spread to her brain at that point, and it was very, very quick after that, January 13th. And her doctor said to me, I don't know what happened. It was decreasing so beautifully and so quickly, and I knew what it was. And the reason why I'm sharing this story with you is because what I saw during those few months was remarkable. I saw my mother claiming her power, claiming her love, loving herself unconditionally. All of these different things. I started to see, wow, what is our brain capable of? You know, I know we're all smart and intelligent and all that, but what is this, and what does forgiveness mean? I don't know. I don't know how she was supposed to forgive him. And so I vowed January of 2010 to dive deep and not to wait until I'm on my deathbed to understand life, to understand the power of our brain, to understand the power of love, what is forgiveness, etc., etc. And literally, so from January through now, it has been an incredible time for me. You know, I have gone from being an extreme workaholic, 75 hours a week easy, to far from that at this point. I just shared when we're about to move to Florida, and when we move, I know we're gonna be like two kids. Our kids are grown up at this point, and we're just gonna be like two kids. Obviously I will work, but it's very different. That was the first kind of piece that came to me. You know, the second piece, obviously learning forgiveness, learning to love myself more. There's been so much, and one of the things is, you know, I myself have had, you know, weight issues, and I went to a hypnotist once actually for it. It was very interesting what she had shared, and how sometimes you're subconscious, and the reason why perhaps there is the overeating and relating to that. And obviously there are sometimes it's due to certain medications or other illnesses or whatever have you. There's so many reasons for it, but I found it so interesting when I had my session with her and my time with her, because as she was going through all of the different scenarios and different experiences, obviously she wasn't sharing anyone's name, but some of the experiences with her other clients and what they went through during the hypnosis, I really did find one key factor, and it really was just pure love. When we're able to come from pure love, how much easier things are. Even in the midst of challenges, even in the midst of chaos, to be able to step out of it for a second and to breathe through and just feel that love that's within me, that is there, and being able to just really tap into that, and then calming down, coming to that place. And it is something that I still am working on. It is something that I have lost weight, and I continue to slowly. And the thing is I'm not on a timeline. I'm living my life. I'm living my life and coming from my peace and letting it happen naturally, just as everything else that has shifted in my life. And everything has shifted since 2010, literally from my taste in music to what I even watch on TV, and there's just been so much. And so one of the things that we're going to talk really about the meditation and how much that has helped me, and I know will continue to help me. EFT has also been something that has helped me. EFT, I first heard about it actually through the doctor that hypnotized me. And I am not an expert on EFT. And I will share with you, when she said, Rosie, let's do this, and we did it, I sat there like, what is this? It seemed a little odd to me. I'm going to be very, very honest with you. It seemed a little odd to me. But, since 2010, since I've been on this journey of self-discovery, really knowing who I am, I really have remained open-minded to everything that I've been learning, every class, every workshop, and just to really not come at it by judging it real quick. Let me just be open to this. Let me just be open to this and explore it and see if it helps me. So EFT, I want to make sure that I'm reading it correctly so I'm not misinforming anyone. It's a form of psychological acupressure based on the same energy medians used in traditional acupuncture to treat physical and emotional ailments for over 5,000 years, but without invasiveness of needles. And that day, when she did it with me, and after we did the whole thing, she said, so how do you feel? Do you feel different? And I'm going to be honest with you, and we were doing it on cookies, literally cookies. And I said, Carol, I want to eat a cookie. We've just spent how many minutes talking about cookies? I want to eat a cookie now. And so when I left there, I said, I really, like everything else, I just want to remain open-minded, and let me just keep working with this. And this has been fun. I've used EFT for multiple different things. And in the worksheet, this came from a book, Love for No Reason, an amazing book. Lots of different exercises in there to really, again, kind of just tap into love, tap into loving ourselves unconditionally. But they have here, in this exercise, it's basically a clearing to believe that you're unbelievable, unlovable. And so they give the example there to identify, something about yourself that makes you feel unlovable. And then they say here, for example, I'm overweight. And then the points, these acupressure points, it's the top of your head. It's right here, right above the eyebrow, the side of your eye, underneath the eye, right above your lip, right underneath your lip, then the collarbone, and then it's right under the arm. And so it's tapping, and you're not tapping to hurt yourself. You don't want to bruise yourself, but you do want to feel it. It truly is tapping. You do want to feel it. And if you look at the next page, the back side, I should say, for you all. So you start all your tapping, and you're going to do your tapping all the way through with your same sentence, okay? And that first one is, even though I feel unlovable because I am overweight, I wonder if I could accept myself anyway. And so you're saying that with each step, okay? Literally with each step. Even though I feel unlovable because I am overweight, I wonder if I could accept myself anyway. Even though I feel unlovable because I am overweight, I wonder if I could accept myself anyway. And you're going through each one, okay? Collarbone, and then just switch, and then under the arm. Then that next one, you're going to start again. You're going to go through all of that. And I really do advise that when you do this, being comfortable, nice comfortable chair, comfortable clothes, turn off the cell phone, make sure you're not going to get interrupted, okay? Kind of like with the meditation. And then it is, even though I still feel unlovable because I am overweight, I am open to accepting myself anyway. You go through each one. Then it is, even though I might still feel unlovable because I am overweight, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Then that last one is, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. And you're going through each of those pressure points. Again, that last one is, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. And you're ending it with taking several deep, relaxing breaths. And then just focus on, if you weren't feeling, whatever you're doing it for, whether it is, like I said, when I did it with Carol, the gal that hypnotized me, she had said, what is that, the comfort food? What do you love eating when the poop has hit the fan? And my thing was cookies. So we did it with cookies. And so then it's just kind of sitting, and after you've done this, and how are you feeling about, in that example, cookies again? Again, I'm going to say it to you. The very first time I did it with Carol, and we did the whole thing for as long as that took, I was like, I want cookies. What are you talking about, Carol? So if you feel that way, don't give up on it, is my only suggestion. Keep playing with it. Keep playing and experimenting with it. So meditation was definitely something that throughout these 6 years, again, that I've been on this journey of mine, I definitely explored. I was so fast-paced, queen of multitasking. When I started this, I was able to sit in my office, literally like type a report or type something and have a conversation with you. Then I realized, my gosh, isn't that rude? Isn't that rude? Stop, Rosie, slow down. Wait, what's going on? Recognize this person. So I will tell you that I was a little afraid of the thought of of meditation because I was so fast-paced, thinking of so many things at the same time, doing so many things at the same time. So I probably started exploring it, I think probably a year into my journey, so about 5 years now, you know. And I went out and bought CDs, meditation CDs. That definitely helped me. There's all different kinds, and you can actually even get them like for weight loss or healthy eating or exercising, and so you can get stuff that's specific to what you're wanting to do, stop smoking and things like that. Or you can just have kind of take you on a journey type of meditation CD. I bought several, and just what I recommend. I have bought several, and when I put the CD in, the voice of the person didn't resonate with me. There was something about the person's voice, so I just left it. I'm not going to use it. I actually gifted to those because the whole point is just to relax, unwind, settle down, you know. So if for some reason you have selected a CD that there's just something about it, just put that one to the side. Put that one to the side. Breathing. Breathing is an important part of meditation, and even starting with nice, big, deep cleansing breaths, three of them, those just really in and out, and let that out. And nice, big, 3 deep cleansing breaths. Even for me, when I finally started doing this, I noticed that very first time afterwards, that it was that very first time that I noticed it pretty dramatically, that I had already calmed down because I was so go, you know. And granted, by that time I had already slowed down because it was a year into, as I said, this journey of mine, but I was still very fast-paced. So yes, those big, deep cleansing breaths, they just slow you down there. Now, even though I have been meditating for about 5 years now, and I call it monkey mind, a lot of people call it monkey mind, my mind will still wander in the midst of my meditation time. I'll start to think about whatever it might be. It literally could be, is that the dog barking in the other room, or oh gosh, I didn't go to the grocery store yet. And so at first, I will tell you that I kind of wanted to beat myself up a little bit about that and just stop that, Rosie, stop that. And if you do that's fine. Just remember it's all about gentleness. It's all about gentleness. And it's just, so when the monkey mind begins, it's okay. So I've got to go to the grocery store. Okay, not right now. And literally, just in your mind, just say that. Acknowledge it. Because it's almost what I found, it was that little voice within me. If I didn't acknowledge it, it wanted to scream louder, to be honest with you. You need to go to the grocery store, woman. So it's okay. So that's right, I have to go to the grocery store. Not right now. And then for me, even taking that another big deep breath and exhaling, I don't necessarily do it 3 times again. There's nothing wrong if I wanted to do it 3 times again, but just, it kind of centers you again. It just kind of brings you back. Wait, what am I doing right now? That's right, I'm calming down. I'm centering myself. So yes, try not to fight the monkey mind. It's normal. Maybe I will finally get to the point where I don't have that monkey mind. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I'm not going to judge it, you know, I'm not going to criticize myself for it. I'm just going to let it go. Now the other thing is, and you may have seen this on TV or other people doing it, but a lot of people love to meditate on the floor and with their legs and their hands in a certain way, and if you are comfortable that way, thumbs up, go for it. I am not comfortable that way. I feel like my legs are getting a little numb, and it's just not, my back, I don't know, it's not comfortable for me. And so accept that, and don't try to push it. Don't, it's okay. It's okay to sit in the chair. It's okay to lay down even if you want to. The only thing is, I normally fall asleep when I am just that comfy cozy, to be honest with you. Some people have told me, I don't know, there might be some truth to it. A lot of people have told me your subconscious is still, especially if you've got a CD on, is still absorbing all that. If you fell asleep, don't worry about that. But yes, I think being comfortable is very, very important with meditation. The whole point is to just let loose, you know, just let loose. That whole breathing, when you're meditating, we talked about the monkey mind, but sometimes, even if you're in a comfy, cozy chair, sometimes, let's just say if you have a back that maybe aches a little, or your legs ache a little, if something, all of a sudden you feel stress knot. It's amazing how the stress knot has healed itself over the years. Boy, oh boy, did I have a huge stress knot here. But breathe into that spot. Take this opportunity of the quietness of the meditation, the quietness knowing that you shut off the cell, and that and you're not going to be interrupted here. You might hear noise, and that's okay. But breathing into that is, so let's just say, and I had to do it a lot when I did have the stress knots here. So when I felt that the pain was interrupting me, kind of like the monkey mind, when I felt that the pain was interrupting me, then when I took that big, deep cleansing breath, when I exhaled, I visualized, I'm just using my imagination, my mind, to then exhale to that point that you're feeling uncomfortable, and you're just exhaling there. So it's just a visualization. That's pretty darn awesome too, just to, it's almost like giving it permission, release, let go of that stress. And so depending on how big that stress knot was, I might actually breathe into that space several times in order then to keep going. Just until again that I'm feeling kind of relaxed again, present again, in this now moment again, you know. You know, some say that the ideal meditation is the true silence, the one where there is no CD at all, there is no music at all, and I have learned to really get into that too and enjoy that. I will tell you that took me, I'm going to say probably this past year is really where I've been able to kind of do that. That took me a little bit there. It was almost like the monkey mind was way too much for that hardcore silence. Whatever it is, and maybe for you, if you really do this, maybe that silence resonates with you right away. That's fantastic if it does. If it takes a long time, that's okay too. that's okay too. Whatever, using your CD or your music, and either is fine. Whether you're using someone talking or it is music, whether it's a classical piece or whatever have you, or a song with lyrics. Either is fine, really. So if you know that you really need to be done in a certain amount of time, by all means, set your alarm for it, you know. Just that way, I found if I knew I only had X minutes, when I didn't set the alarm, I kept thinking, ooh, I wonder if it was close, ooh. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, my mind kept thinking, and it was harder for me to silence the monkey mind. So if I know I have a hard stop, just put your alarm on. That is what I would recommend there. If you can only, when you're really starting this, if you start off with a 2-minute meditation, that's 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes that you didn't do yesterday, you know? And absolutely just honor that and be grateful for that, and just enjoy that. Again, even those 2 minutes, a lot of it for me in the very beginning was monkey mind for 2 minutes. You know, it was just me just trying to settle that down. So it's like everything else, it's practice makes perfect. It's just that will, that desire to want to do this, to reap the benefits of it. And there truly are many, many benefits. If you talk to your doctor, if you just ask your physician, the physicians recognize all the medical benefits to meditation. So there are so many reasons. It is obviously this de-stressing, and as we de-stress ourselves, it's affecting so many other things in our lives. So it's a beautiful, beautiful practice. Before we actually do a little bit of a meditation here, are there any questions about that or anything at all that we've kind of covered tonight?
I do want to say one thing. They've done a lot of studies on monks who live in monasteries who do meditate, and they spend a great many hours a day meditating, and they have done imaging, PET scans, which is what am I trying to say, Diane? You know what it is. It's and they can see the energy light up in your brain. And while you're trying to quiet your brain, you see the entire thing light up. You're using more parts of your brain when you're meditating than at any other time. And they were astonished by that, because these monks would be very quiet, and they could raise or lower their body temperature. They could do all kinds of things because they practiced it constantly. That's all they did. But you can truly affect your blood pressure. You can affect so many different things. But the part that I loved was your brain. You're sitting there trying to quiet your brain, and your brain is just so lit up. It's not weighed down with everything else. And I love that because we live in such a stressful world. I loved seeing that, literally the images of it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. All right. So I'm just going to kind of walk us through a meditation, and in tapping into my heart center, I'm just going to let the words flow, whatever the words are that come up. And then I do want to, and I just kind of want to get that ready beforehand. I'm going to end, though, the meditation with a song This particular song, and I really kind of chose this song, one, because I love it and I meditate to it often, but also because it is just a song. It's not a meditation CD. It's a song that resonated so deeply with me over, the past few years in this journey of self-discovery and loving myself, that it really does help for the meditation. And the point is, any song, if there's a song that touches you deeply and it's soft, you can meditate to that. You can meditate to that. And so just don't be afraid of doing that, is really my point. Okay. So I'm just going to ask you to really just get comfortable in your chair. If you're comfortable having your feet flat on the chair, on the ground here, that's great. If not, whatever makes you comfortable is really the key thing here. And let's just close our eyes. Again, even if that's comfortable for you. And let's take a nice, big, deep, cleansing breath in through your nose. And gently exhale. And again. One more big, deep, cleansing breath. And exhale. And we just allow ourselves to relax. Feeling the comfort of our chair. Recognize that literally we're just sitting here, yet we're fully supported. There's no need of worrying that we're going to fall in this moment or tumble over. We're just sitting here, fully supported by the chair beneath us. And so as we relax, just very, very gently, just kind of scan our bodies from head to toe. Noticing if there's any discomfort at all. And if there is, we just take a beautiful, deep breath in. And we just exhale to that part of our body. Just giving it permission to let go. As we do this, you just really fall into our heart space. And if you want, you can even put your hand over your heart. And just recognize in this moment, and we're so grateful that our heart is beating. Beating on its own. It's automatically happening. Without us having to do anything. We allow ourselves to be grateful for that. Slow down enough enough just to feel this moment. Just to feel the energy in this room. And we just very gently let go of any thoughts that come to our mind. We just release, we let go. We breathe. We allow ourselves just to rest. Recognize our greatness. Recognize the love that's within us. And we're just going to listen to a song now, and I'm just going to remain with our eyes closed if that is comfortable for you. And just continue to be present to this moment.
All that was separate is now healed, and being love, thou art the pure expression of my divine heart. I am love revealed. 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 I am love. I am love. I am love. I am love. I am love.
I am love revealed,
I am love revealed.
and I am grateful.
All that was separate is now
And
healed.
so it is. And so we very, very gently just open our eyes. We come back to this moment. And continue to experience life. And what's really funny is that, as I said, throughout this journey of mine, so many things have changed. One is my taste in music, and I was listening, that song is much longer, and I was listening to the song in the car, and so when I hit play, I didn't realize it was going to start where I ended in the car. And so I had a choice at that time, free will choice, we always have that. So do I interrupt this flow? Do I hit stop? Do I bring it back to the beginning? And do I just let it be? Just let it be and listen to where we're at right now with it. And so that's what I did. We just listened to the end of that. Thank you so much for having me. It has been a pleasure.